Hi, I'm Kelly. Welcome to class. Today we will work on core strength and balance using a stability ball and a mat. And that's it. Keep some water handy for hydration and let's get warmed up. Stand just behind your mat, holding your ball in both hands. Now, have your feet a little wider than your shoulders. Roll your shoulders down and back, squat down, touch the ball down, place it between your knees, lift up, inhale, exhale, open the arms, and squat down, lift up. Squat down, place it in between your legs, lift up, inhale, exhale, open the arms, squat down, and pick it up. Now squat down and touch down and lift up. Sitting back. Let's warm up the lower body with a good set of squats. Brace your core and sit back. 4 more. Hold it here. Now squat down. Widen your stance with your toes pointing straight ahead. Lunge across to the right with your left hand. Now lunge across to the left with your right hand. Do that again. Press the ball away and press the ball away. A couple more. Press away. Lunging into that, stretching your groin and warming up the legs. Now come take the ball and sit on the ball on your mat. Have a little bounce as you sit tall, lengthen through your waistline. Now, brace your core, walk out and lean into the ball and sink your hips. Giving your head some support with your hands, press back over the ball, stretching out the front of your body. And now tighten your core muscles, sit down, almost on the mat, walk up to sitting. Now flex your ankles and hinge forward at the hips, stretching your hamstrings, the backs of your thighs, and your calves. Plant the feet and let's repeat that. Scoop your tailbone under, walk your feet out and sink your hips. Now bring your hands behind your head, supporting the head. Press back and over the ball. Keep your eyes open. Stretch back over the ball, opening the front of the body. And now bend your knees and roll the ball forward towards your feet. Release your hands from behind your head. Walk up to sitting. Now sit tall, flex the ankles and hinge forward at the hips. Stretching out your hamstrings and the backs of your thighs and calves. Come to face the front. Sitting on your ball, have a little bounce as you keep the waistline long. Hold there. Now lift up and rotate round and sit with one side of your bottom on the ball and one knee pointing towards the floor. You've got your heel lifted and you feel an easy stretch in the front of your hip on that side. Place your hand on the ball, reach your other hand up and lean towards the back of the room, away from me, and you'll feel a nice opening through the front of your hip. Lift up and let's do the other side. Sit on one side of your bottom, step the other leg back with the heel lifted, point the knee down, roll the ball forward a little bit to engage that stretch right here. Now hands on the ball, take your other hand, reach up and lean back. And come forward. Bring your feet wide apart like you're a cowboy and rock the ball forward, pressing the knees back, stretching your groin and press back, flex the ankles. Roll the ball forward, stretch your groin and sit back. All right, take a big deep breath in, reaching both hands up. Exhale, pull your left elbow down, reach upright. Inhale, Exhale, pull your right elbow down. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, hands down. And let's start standing. So come up, pick up your ball. And we're starting with a very dynamic movement. It's a chop. Hold the ball in front of your body. Step off your mat so you can swivel your feet, because we're going to do a swiveling movement. Now, lift the ball up to your right shoulder and swivel your left foot. Lift your chest. Then you're going to chop down to the left hip. Let's try that a little faster now. We go up and chop down. Now my ball has material in it, so you can hear the stuff shifting inside. Even if you don't have anything in your ball, you'll still be working your core. Up diagonally and down diagonally. Up and chop. Lift. Swivel the feet in both directions. Lift up. Brace your core. Tighten up your abdominals. Chop. And lift. Chop. So working core strength here. One more. Chop and lift. Now hold the ball in front of you and hug it. Stand at one end of your mat, lift your chest. Now take the one foot and place it directly in front of the other in a tandem walk. Now you can't see your feet, so this is very challenging for balance. Tap to the side, step in front, tap to the side, step in front, tap to the side, step in front, and turn around. Go back the other way. Now let's see if we can remove the tap to the side. So step in front, step in front, step in front. Very good. Let's try it again. Step directly in front like you're on a balance beam. So place your heel on the toe of the foot. Good. Last one. Step the heel right to the front of the foot in a tandem walk. Very good. Let's do that diagonal chop on the other side. Bring the ball up to your left shoulder, step off your mat, and chop down to the right. Chop and chop up. And chop up. Swivel your feet on both directions. So as you chop up and as you chop down and swivel the feet. That's the way. Strengthening your oblique muscles in your core. These are the rotary muscles. And these are important if you play any sport like tennis or pickleball or golf. Chop down and chop up. They also develop mobility in your hips and upper back. Chop down and chop up. All right, hold the ball. Tandem walk. Second set. Come to the end of your mat. Now doing this on the mat is a little harder because it's spongy. And that makes it a little less stable. Here we go. We'll start with the tap. Bring the foot in front, tap to the side. Bring the other foot in front, tap to the side. Front, tap, front, tap. Turn around. Now let's remove the tap. Step in front, step in front, directly in front of the other foot, like you're walking on a balance beam. Good. Now, we're going to try something a little bit more challenging. Same thing forward, Now if you're feeling confident and steady with this, come backwards. Otherwise turn around and face forward and go back. But backward, tandem walk. How'd you do? That was challenging, wasn't it? Put the ball down at the end of your mat. Now, if you're a little bit newer to working at this level, bring your ball and place it against the wall. Otherwise, come down and kneel behind your ball. We're going to do a plank. Come onto your forearms. Bring your shoulders over your elbows. Tuck your toes under and lift up into a plank. Good. Now lower the knees and lift the knees. So you can do this with the ball against the wall to make it easier. And lift. Touch and lift. Strengthening the core, your midsection. You may also be feeling this in your legs and your shoulders because those muscles are also involved. Touch and lift. Touch. Couple more. Good, come down. Lift up tall and now place the ball right in against your hips. We're going to do a bird dog. Come over the ball and reach your hands to the floor in front of you. So your tummy is right on top of the ball. Opposite arm and leg lifts up and comes down. Now point your thumb up towards the ceiling as you raise the arm. Lift the leg level with the body. There's quite a lot of balance with this movement. Lift and lower. Stretch out to opposite ends of the room. Point your thumb up and lift the leg level with the torso, not higher. Once you've seen it, make sure you're looking straight down from keeping your head level with the spine. Tuck your chin slightly. One more each side. Good, come down. Roll back into high kneeling. We're going to do a second plank. Same thing with a knee drop. This is challenging, so feel free to place your ball against a wall. Come onto your forearms, tuck your toes under, lift up into a plank. Hold this. This is a very powerful movement, very challenging. Now let's lower the knees, touch down and lift up. Touch down and lift up. This is going to strengthen the muscles in the front of your thighs, your quadriceps, your muscles that support the shoulder girdle and the scapula, your shoulder blades, and especially the core, your midsection. Touch and lift up. One more. Touch and lift up and come down. Kneel high and bring the ball right in against your thighs. Lift up and lay your torso down over the ball and press out so that your tummy is on the ball. Opposite arm and leg stretches and lowers. Stretch and lower. You might even notice on one side it's a little easier than the other. That's pretty normal. To have one side that's better. Reach away. Stretch to opposite ends of the room. thumb points up, palm faces in. Last one. Good. Now come down. Come up to standing and bring your ball to the end of your mat. Sit on your ball. We're going to do a bridge with rotation. So we'll start in the bridge and then we'll add the rotation as an option to make this more challenging. Feel free to stay in the bridge. Walk out like we did in the warm-up. Lower your hips. Now lift your hips up so that your head is on top of the ball. Bring your hands up and clasp your fingers together. Now you can stay here in this bridge or you can add some rotation. Come up back to the center. Now rotate the other way, away from me. Come back to the center. Now rotate to me. Keep your hips high or thereabouts. Come back to the center. Rotate away from me. Stack your shoulders and come back to the center. And again, rotate. This is the last one. Come back to the center and rotate away from me. And come back to the center and walk up to sitting. Now, shift your ball so it's in the center of your mat and you're facing me in a seated position. Now bounce a little, hold here, sitting tall. Now lift one foot up and down, another foot up and down. Now keep marching. I call this marching. Sit tall as you continue to march. Turn your head to the right to create more challenge. Otherwise, stay right where you are. Look forward. Now for more challenge again, you have the option to turn the head or, less challenge, stay looking forward. Turn your head for more challenge. Look forward. Turn your head to the right for more challenge. Look forward. Turn your head to the left. Just keep marching your feet and sitting tall. This also works the core. Look forward. Let's go back to our bridge with rotation. Bring your ball back onto your mat. Scoop down and walk out. Lower your hips. Now lift your hips up so that your head is on top of the ball. Bring your hands up level with the shoulders, straight up from the shoulders. Clasp your fingers. Now rotate to me. Stack your shoulders. Come back to the center. Rotate away from me. Come back to the center. Rotate again to me. Stack your shoulders, twist your hips. Come back to the center. This one strengthens your core, the back of your core, as well as the front and sides of the core. Come back to the center. Rotate to me. And come back to the center. Rotate away. Last one. And come back to the center. And walk up to sitting. And lift up. Come place your ball in the center of your mat. So feet are on the mat. Hands are on the thighs. Chest up. Lengthen through your waistline. Start the marching. Lift one foot and put it down. Lift the other foot and put it down. Now keep going as you sit tall. So focus on sitting really tall. For more challenge, you turn your head. To make it a little bit more doable, stay looking forward. Let's turn our head as an option to the right. Now turn your head to the left. Keep sitting tall, bring your eyes forward. Turn your head to the right again. Sit tall, come back to the center. Turn your head to the left. Look forward. Now, one last challenge. If you want, close your eyes and keep marching your feet. Big challenge. And down. Whew, okay. Let's come down to our mat. Lie on your side and then roll onto your back and pick up your ball. Dead bug. This is challenging with the ball. Bring the ball up into your hands, pick your feet up off the mat, and then place the ball on the front of your thigh. So you're pressing the ball into your knees, and you're pressing your knees into the ball. You're using your core to prevent any motion, no movement in your torso. Take the opposite arm and leg, stretch out, and bring it back. Other side. Hold the ball firmly and bring it back. Do it again. Press the ball into your thigh and press your thigh into the ball. Bring it back. Other side. And bring it back. Very good. Place the ball on the floor. Pick your feet up onto the ball. And bring your hands out to the side in a T, straight out from the shoulders. Bring your heels together and open your knees. Pull the ball in towards you by pressing your heels into the ball. Slowly roll the ball towards me. Slowly roll the ball towards me. Come back to the center. Press your back into the mat. Slowly roll the ball to the other side. Not all the way down. Keep both shoulders flat and come back to the center. Slowly roll the ball to one side and bring it back. Takes a lot of focus and quite a lot of core strength. Only roll down as far as you can bring the ball back. Keep control. Slowly to one side towards me. Press your back flat and roll to the other side for the last time. Keep both shoulders flat and come up. Dead bug. Place your feet on the floor and pick the ball up. Bring the ball onto your knees. Bring your hands onto the ball. Now press your hands into the ball and press your knees into the ball. You'll feel your core muscles already very active. Now opposite arm and leg stretches away and comes back. 2, 3, 4. Open. 3, 2, 1, and 4, 3, 2, back. Again, switch and back. Open and bring it back. Open, very challenging. Only go down as far as you can control. The more you open the arm and leg, the harder it is. And come down. Put the ball on the floor. Bring your heels touching, knees open. Palms of your hands face up in a T, straight out from the shoulders. Press your shoulders down and back. Slowly roll the ball towards me. And then come back to the center. Slowly roll the ball away from me. And come back to the center. Slowly roll the ball to me. And come back. And again, once you've seen it, look straight up at the ceiling, roll away, and come back. Do it again, roll. Lots of control. Roll back. Roll with control and roll back to the center. One more each way. Roll. Slowly. And roll back. Last one. Roll away. And come back. Very good. Place your feet on top of the ball. Take a hold of your right leg and pull that in. Flex the foot. Stretch up and bend. Touch the ball with your heel. Stretch up, and like you're trying to straighten it as much as you can. If you can straighten it all the way, great. If not, head in that direction. Stretch and stretch and put it down. Change sides. Take a hold of the left leg, pull it in, flex the ankle, touch the heel to the ball. Stretch and touch. Stretching your hamstring. These are important muscles to have good flexibility, and because they control where your pelvis goes, and that can make a difference to your back. Touch down. One more. Lift up and touch down. Roll onto your side and press up. Let's come up and sit on our ball. So come onto your knees. Bring your hands onto the ball. Bring one leg forward. Tuck your toes under. Lift up. And come take a seat on your ball at the end of your mat. Have a little bounce, because that just feels good. Lengthen through your waistline and make your core feel rigid. Just bouncing. Hold there. Now walk out. Let's stretch out our abdominals and hips. Sink the hips. Bring your hands behind your head. Just like the warm-up. Press out. Stretch out the front of the body. Lay over the ball. Bend the knees. Lift your head up. Bring your hands down. Walk up to sitting. Flex the feet. Hinge forward at the hips. Hamstrings again. Lift up. Let's repeat that one more time. Walk out. Lean back. Scoop under. Sink the hips. Bring your hands behind your head. Press out over the ball. Stretch back. And then bend your knees. Sink the hips. Lift up. Flex your ankles. Hinge forward at the hips. Plant the feet. Lift up and bring your ball to the center of your mat. Take a seat facing me. Now let's stretch out the hip flexors, the front of your hips. Lift up, face side on in a lunge, and sink down. So you're sitting on one side of your bottom. Lower the knee towards the floor, but not touching. Heel is lifted. Place your other hand on the ball and reach your hand up. Lift up and flex the spine towards the back of the room. Press your knee downwards and squeeze your inner thigh into the ball to increase the stretch. Release. Lift up and go across to the other side. Sit on the ball on one side of your bottom. Press your knee downwards and inwards into the ball. One hand on the ball, other hand reaches up. Lean away from you, away from me, away from your knee. And come up. Very good. Sit on your ball with your feet hip distance. Bring your hands onto the sides of your ball and then spider crawl your fingers down as low on the ball as you can. Tilt your right ear over to your right shoulder and stretch the left side of your neck. Lift up, go to the other side. Stretching the right side of your neck. Lift up. Roll your shoulders back a couple of times. Take a big deep breath in, reaching up. Exhale, pull down and reach right up with your fingertips. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Hands down. One more time. A little bounce. Stay tall through your posture. And come stand up. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had a great class, and I hope you feel strong, stable,